I have been telling people over and over and over again that it will always get worse when you're dealing with social justice. It is an endless rabbit hole of complete and total nonsense. None of it makes sense. It has no foundation of anything. And just when you think it can't get worse and more nonsensical, it will get more worse and more nonsensical. Here we are. The Dallas Mavericks have stopped playing the national anthem before home games and do not plan to resume the tradition to play the national anthem before games in the future. Mark Cuban made the decision after consulting with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Now, suddenly we can't play the national anthem. Suddenly it's offensive. Suddenly it hurts people's feelings. What about all of the years that the national anthem has been a standard tradition before sports games? Now suddenly, because a few woke people have decided they are fake offended, now suddenly it has to be completely removed. This is social justice. It is complete and total nonsense. It's just like things with Disney. We have a theme park channel here at Geeks and Gamers, and we cover theme parks. I enjoy theme parks, and we have a team of people that cover theme parks. And Disney is now removing problematic rides that have been in their parks for 40 years. But now suddenly in 2021, these rides are racially insensitive. They weren't racially insensitive for 40 years, but suddenly now in 2021, they're insensitive. So what does that say about your company that you've had a racially insensitive ride in your park? Or maybe none of this makes any sense. But Mark Cuban's been woke as hell for a while. We know this. He has a severe case of TDS. And I'm going to make a point, and I have said this over and over again, because now we are at a point where Donald Trump is no longer president. Whether you like that or dislike that is completely up to you. Obviously, I am a Trump supporter, and I've said over and over again that Trump was standing in the way of a lot of this nonsense. And this is a tweet that he made a long time ago. In reality, they're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. Well, he's no longer in the way. He's no longer in office, and you see what's happening. Nonsense like this. Mark Cuban says he told Mavericks to stop playing national anthem. The NBA has long required the playing of the national anthem before games, but the league gave teams permission to skip the ritual this season because hurt feelings from millionaires are very important, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, said Tuesday night that he instructed the team to stop playing the national anthem before its home games this season. It was my decision. I made it in November. Cuban said he declined to comment further. The Mavericks did not announce the new policy, but Cuban was allowed to enact it because the NBA has permitted teams to run their pregame operations as they see fit because of the unique circumstances this season, according to league spokesman. Nearly two-thirds of the league's 30 teams are still not admitting fans to home games as the NBA grapples with the complexities of trying to stage a 72 game in the midst of the beer bug pandemic. Dallas is believed to be the only team in the league that has abandoned the national anthem at home games, a decision that was first reported by The Atlantic. Other teams have continued to play recorded versions of the anthem. Oh, they will absolutely not be the only team. We will get to a point where the NBA does not recognize the United States of America in the national anthem. But when LeBron and all of his brave, stunning and brave buddies go over to China, they sure respect the rules of that country, don't they? Of course they do. This is unbelievable. But it's only going to get worse. And hey, Trump's not there. He's not in the way anymore. This is what a lot of people warned, including Trump himself. And now we are heading down this endless rabbit hole of nonsense, and it will never end. It will never end. They will never stop being offended. They will find things that have been normal for 30 or 40 years, and then suddenly someone's going to play the fake victim, and then now it's going to be widely viewed as very offensive because they are retroactively finding anything and everything, and when there's nothing left to be offended by, they will invent something else because that is social justice. There is no end game in sight. There is no goal. There is no structure to this. Never. The oppression Olympics never ends. Someone or something will always be oppressed in the eyes of these weirdos. So it's just going to continue. It's kind of talking about a lot of this stuff. And the anthem has not been played at American Airlines Center in Dallas before any of the Mavericks' 13 preseason or regular season home games this season. In a victory Monday night over Minnesota, Dallas became one of 11 teams in the league that are admitting reduced crowds. 1,500 frontline workers in healthcare and food service industries, as well as police officers, firefighters, and other emergency workers. Because now suddenly they care about police officers, ladies and gentlemen. The Democrats care about police officers now. Police officers are everything. They're the most stunning and brave individuals on the planet because it fits their narrative. But just like anything else, as soon as those police officers don't work into the narrative, it will be an all-out assault on police officers and first responders every single time. Every single time. But that's where we are. I am not surprised. If you are surprised, you have not been paying attention. This was always going to happen the moment we started going down any of the social justice rabbit holes. You give them an inch and they literally take a mile, and then they want more after they get the mile. And if you don't give them something after you give them the mile, then you are oppressing them, and you are racist and you are sexist. That is how it works. It never ends. It will never end. And if you think it will end, you are lying to yourselves. You guys have a great day, as good of a day as you can have in this upside down world we live in. But stay strong, continue to call it out, and we'll see how this all plays out. Talk to you guys later.